Welcome to this presentation. In this model, we'll be looking at PN junction diode, its current equation, energy band diagram, then its diffusion and current densities, the characteristics of PN junction. There are two types of extrinsic semiconductors called N-type and P-type. In N-type, the electrons are majority charge carriers while holes are the minority charge carriers. In P-type, the holes are the majority charge carriers and electrons are minority charge carriers. When these N-type and P-type material are joined together, then it forms a PN junction diode. In a PN junction, on P side there are large number of holes, while on N side there are large number of free electrons. Hence, overall PN junction acts as non-uniformly doped material. What you see here is the symbol of a PN junction diode. The triangle symbol is the anode and the straight line symbol is the cathode. The triangle shows the direction of current. As I said earlier, the majority carriers of N region are electrons, and for P region, the majority carriers are holes. Now let us see how the depletion region is formed in a PN junction. When P and N-type material are joined together, the non-uniform distribution exists, then the charge carriers start moving from high concentration area towards the low concentration area, and this is called diffusion. In unbiased PN junction, the majority holes on P side starts diffusing into N side, while the majority free electrons on N side starts diffusing into P side. In N region, the holes diffusing from N side recombine with free electrons. Thus, due to additional positive charged holes, these atoms on the N side becomes positive immobile ions, just near the junction in N region. In P region, the free electrons diffusing from N side recombine with the holes of the atoms. Thus, due to the gain of additional negatively charged free electrons, these atoms become negative immobile ions just near the junction in P region. As more holes diffuse on N side, large immobile positive charge accumulates near the junction on N side. This positive charge repels the positively charged holes and the diffusion of holes now stops. And similarly, large negative charge accumulates near the junction on N side, and this negative charge repels the negatively charged electrons and the diffusion of electrons stops. Thus, there exists a wall near the junction with the negative immobile charge on P side and positive immobile charge on N side. And there are no charge carriers in this region, and the region is depleted of the charge carriers and hence called depletion region. The width of the depletion region depends upon the doping level. In a heavily doped devices, the width of the depletion region will be very thin, whereas in a lightly doped materials, the width of the depletion region will be very thick. Now let us see what do you mean by barrier potential. Due to the immobile positive ions on N side and immobile negative ions on P side, there exists an electric field across the junction. This creates positive potential difference across the depletion region, which acts as a barrier, and this is called barrier potential or junction potential or built-in potential or cut-in potential, and it is denoted by Vj. As you can say, the Vj of that is the potential barrier for germanium is 0.3 volt, whereas it is 0.7 for silicon. Now let us see the operation of a PN junction in forward bias and reverse biased mode. When the positive terminal of the battery is connected to a P region and negative terminal of the battery is connected to the N region, then it is called forward bias. When the negative terminal of the battery is connected to P region and positive terminal of the battery is connected to N region, then it is called reverse bias. If a diode is connected in forward biased mode, then as long as the applied voltage is less than the barrier potential, there cannot be any conduction. When the applied voltage becomes more than the barrier potential, the negative terminal of the battery pushes the free electrons against the barrier potential from N to P region. Similarly, The positive terminal pushes the holes from P to N region. Thus, holes get repelled by positive terminal and cross the junction against the barrier potential. Thus, the applied voltage overcomes the barrier potential and this reduces the depletion width. As the forward voltage is increased at a particular value, the depletion region becomes very much narrow such that the large number of majority carriers can cross the junction. The large number of majority carriers constitute a current called forward current. The current in the P region is the movement of holes which are majority carriers and this is called hole current, while the current in the N region is the movement of free electrons which are majority carriers. This is the electron current. Hence, the overall current is due to the majority carriers and these majority carriers can then travel around the closed circuit and a relatively large current flows in a forward biased diode. Now let us see the operation of reverse biased PN junction. If an external DC voltage is connected in such a way that the P region terminal of PN junction is connected to the negative terminal of the battery and the N region terminal of the PN junction is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, the biasing condition is now called reverse biasing of PN junction. But in reverse biased condition, the positive terminal will attract the free electrons in the N region away from the junction. Similarly, the negative terminal attracts the holes in the P region. So, no charge carrier is able to cross the junction. As electrons and holes both move away from the junction, the depletion region widens. This creates more positive ions and hence more positive charge in the N region and more negative ions and hence more negative charge in the N region. And this is because the applied voltage helps the barrier potential to increase. So as depletion region widens, barrier potential across the junction also increases and thus this process cannot continue for a long time. And in a steady state, majority current chases as holes and electrons stop moving away from the junction. However, a small current will flow which is called reverse saturation current due to minority carriers. This current will be in the order of microamps only. What we are going to see here is the VI characteristics of PN junction diode. The graph is taken by taking the voltage in x-axis and current in y-axis. In forward biased junction, now when the voltage is increased, the current will be very small for smaller values of voltage. As at a certain voltage close to barrier potential, current increases rapidly. The voltage at which the current starts increasing is called cut-in voltage. With the reverse bias applied, the potential barrier at the junction is increased and the junction resistance will also increase, which prevents the current flow. However, the minority carriers are accelerated by the reverse voltage, resulting in a very small current called reverse saturation current. When the reverse saturation current is increased beyond a certain value, then breakdown will occur in PN junction diode and this breakdown is known as Vilanki breakdown. Reverse voltage of about above 25 volt will destroy the PN junction diode permanently. The PN junction diode will act as rectifier and rectifier, amplifier. In all applications you can use this PN junction. The property used for the conversion of AC into DC is called rectification. The main advantages of PN junction diode are no filament is necessary and it occupies lesser space and it has long life. Thank you.